Hey guys! Okay, so this time we're going to be doing something a little different. Well, not too different. But first off, the last piece of the Misaglias armor is available, and thankfully the game's kind to us here. Since we can't wear Al's stuff separately, it's going to change out the entire outfit on the spot for me. Let's go with the Shavona. Yeah, usually when you buy equipment, he equips it on the spot, and since you can only wear Al's armor as a whole, he goes ahead and switches over to the previous set. And let's get a poison vial upgrade, and dye color here, Oh, alright. Guess we got all the pouches. Good stuff. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Shavona. Get over here in some good lighting. And, yeah. Once again, nothing too special. But what you're gonna do, I'm a big fan of functionality. And skipping over to Forley, this is where we're gonna be doing our work this episode. First off, I was in Ebony briefly, but I haven't touched Ivory. So let's go Ivory, and I will go back to...
Good day, signore.
Oh! Totally unplanned. Alright. Victory dance over this way. Anyhow, we'll go back to Ebony for the next update. And then after that, we're going to go with regular old Assassin White one last time. Okay. So, what do we have in here? We have the usual suspects lined up. We have the beat 'em up, the Courier, and the Assassinations, and race. So there are two assassination contract hubs, I guess you could say. And this one is closest to us, so let's just zip on over here and pick it up. Still clonk. Okay. So the Riario fellow they mention here is Caterina Sforza's husband, who is not a very likable dude, both in this realm and also in history. It was kind of a marriage she wasn't too happy about. But more on them in the future. So here's the thing, we have a number of targets, and they're kind of mixed in with regular goons. But this is going to display a bit of a glitch that I've come across pretty often. It's very easy to trigger, but it's also really irritating. It's not a funny glitch, it's troublesome.
There he is!
Have a nice fall. Okay, look at the bottom right. You see how I have a red crosshair glued to me? Well, for a moment here, I didn't realize it, even though I should have, because this has happened more than a few times in the past. But I'm thinking, hey, where's the other target? Got a bullseye right on top of me, but then I realize, oh, it's part of a glitch. Hey! Can't say no to a chance like that. But there were two guys in that pack up on the roof, so let's zip back up onto the roof, and next stop is going to be along the western wall. Let's see if I can be a little sneaky. Sneaky. Now that is what I call a faceplant. Okay. Almost done. Next one's down there, kinda near where we entered the city. And these guys. Let's see how the AI holds up to this situation. Not very well. His buddy just didn't care. Oh, but they did. But let's skip you past that rigmarole and Same song and dance. Clunk. Conspiracy. Okay, this one again. So I failed this on the first attempt because of something I'll show you. So here is the first target, and I could run up and do the poison stab type thing, but where's the fun in that? Let's do something a little different. Hire these mercenaries, get a bit of a distraction going. And just cut on in here. Pardon me. And there we go. And our next target is taking a stroll. Getting a bit of exercise? Well, don't worry, I can help out with that. A little bit of dancing never hurt nobody. Ah. That death twitch is so satisfying. So here comes the edit in a moment here. This last guy got me on the first try, and he has a bit of a trick to him. He's a regular guy walking around, and he also gets suspicious if you approach him out of cover. So, used a bit of cover, poisoned, and in case you were wondering, I don't have to stick around to watch the poison kill an enemy. As soon as you run out of a certain distance, you get credited with the kill. But regardless, mission complete. Now this is, I kind of like this one. You just go down along this row of rooftops and kill every archer you see. The plus side is that they get taken down by a single throwing knife. You don't have to throw two of them like enemies we've started encountering. So just pick your weapon of choice, go to town. It's not tricky. I kind of enjoyed it. And lock-on camera did something weird to me. And it unlocked. Alright, I'm done with that. Surprise! Okay. Something a little different.
You belong down below with the rap.
So do you, buddy. Oh yeah, and dog. Really does a number on your notoriety, but I just... Yeah. I just enjoy it.
What the devil are you doing up here?
Giving away presents. Have a free knife.
Get down!
And our last one is over there. Is a pair of two guys. Don't know which one he is. But I figure a free shiv is in order for both these gentlemen. Fellas, don't mind me. And that is that. In case you're seeing a theme, yes, there are a lot of assassination contracts, just like the previous cities. Now this one was fun. I like this. Gotta kill a dude who's out here on a boat. So I'm gonna do a bit of a jump cut. I just basically clear over the wall and grab my buddy horse And catapult. Don't really need to kill this guy, but that's not going to stop me. Now, there are a few ways we could go about getting to our target. You'd see him up on the top, near the wheel. And I suppose I could go up along the backside of the boat, scale up there and get on him, but you know, I'm in a bit of a mood for a different approach here. A little bit of shock and awe. Now let me see if I can get this going right. Waiting for... Ah, there he is. There he is, Mr. Fancy Pants, quite literally, and fancy shirt. That looks nice. But, just dropping in, and we're done. Time to skedaddle. Simple, but I enjoyed it. And let's go to the hub to the north now, since it was much closer. Now, this kind of threw me for a loop for a very simple reason. Usually the green bullseye, you'll see the guy very easily, right around ground floor level. Well, he's actually up on the roof, and the reason I avoided it first because you could see there are a lot of archers up on the roof.
What are you doing here?
Then I had a eureka moment, looked up here, and hey, here he was. So let's just drop in, quite literally, and beat some feet, because we're done with this. Ooh. Okay, so now we're headed to the lighthouse at the northern end of this place. Chances are our target's on the very top, but there's a nice consolidation of guys around here, and my timing on counterattacks has been terrible lately. I mean, just awful. So I'm just taking every opportunity I can get to avoid fighting. Even if I edit it, it's just, it's ugly. I can never get the timing right for heavies. I don't know what it is. It's just the slow swing and the wind-ups. I just over-anticipate. And with that thought process in mind, I saw a heavy over here. And I'd rather deal with his scrappy co-worker, Mr. Archer, as opposed to him. So let's get the jump on him. Jump. And he saw me, rats. Let's just... There we go. And the 2 or 3 patrols down below are none the wiser. See, we can use stealth every now and again. Just, you know, the planets have to be in alignment, you have to have the right quest, you have to be wearing the right clothes, he has to be in the right mood, various other sorts of things. 2 guys. For the sake of being thorough, let's take care of both of them. I should have gone the opposite direction given his patrol pattern.
There!
Whoop. Whoop.
He's not.
And luckily for me, his co-worker is... Well, he doesn't have very good hearing. And we're almost done. Our target's right up here, taking a bit of a stroll. Admiring the stars. Very nice, sir. Very nice. Have a nice night. Okay, what do we have next? And we'll just zip on over once again. So, we gotta kill one dude who's under pretty tight guard. As you can tell by that little spot on the radar, he's inside that little tiny red little rectangle in there. So, I don't show it here, but basically there are 2 or 3 ways into that little plaza, and there are 4 guards at each of those. And of course, as you can imagine, the best way to handle this is through the roofs.
Oh, no.
Now, let's get a little higher and work our little magic eagle vision. Where is he? There he is. He's with some regular person and a seeker, one of those spear dudes. Okay, so if we need to employ stealth, and we need to kill him without anybody noticing, I think that shooting a gun at him is the best way to get this done. Not sure why, but people just don't seem to care too much. Okay, we're locked onto him. And we're done. And that's it for the missions. Cool. Well, let's go do a bit of a beat 'em up.
My husband carries on with wanton sluts. My reputation. And I'm stuck with the bastard. Please make him feel my displeasure.
I don't know what a mud farmer's wife out in the swampy slums of Forley would care about her reputation, but, you know, who might have passed up fisticuffs? So it's kind of a wide area, but eventually we find him. Oh. Gallivanting with one of those quote-unquote wanton sluts. Well, mister. And this has a slight twist in that he's got 2 buddies, but they're real chumps. One counter move right off the bat handles them. And let's just handle this so he never does this again.
Please, don't kill me! I'm sorry. I regret it. Truly, I'm going straight home. I swear. Picchialo, dai!
And it never happened again. The end.
Another dead body on our watch. What's next? Who saw them? What happened?
Okay, so there's probably another. Yep, there it is. The beat 'em ups seem to be coming in pairs, or at least the couriers did that last time.
It is said you often help the common folk. Could I ask you to beat some sense into my rotten, adulterous joke of a husband?
Well, no real edgy backstory involving wanton sluts, just a dude we gotta beat up. And there's not much of a twist to this one. It's just pretty much, hey, one guy by himself. He's got a bit of a glass jaw.
I'm too young!
That one battle. Stay away! This is not your concern.
And that's it.
That's it! All right, go! You know what? She's right. I am a pezzo di merda. I go home now.
And I'll let that guy go. I'm such a nice guy. And that handles that. So let me see. We just have a courier mission left over at this point, I believe.
Stains the very stone of our city with his presence.
Okay, now about that letter. This one is a little bit different from the others in that we have a, well, not too different, but I mean, it gives us a very tight time leash.
Spare a thought for others you might injure.
Could you deliver this for me? It must be done quickly, but there is a reward.
So it is just, whoops, I did not mean to pull it up quite yet, but there you go, you can read it. So the place we're heading to is not too far away, but there's a lot of stuff in the way. And what I did personally was I really took my time and hopped over the wall.
Vattene! Via dal mio terreno!
Well, we can either run away because he's taking the news badly, or we can commence with the clobbering time. This went pretty well, so clobbering time. You know, my guess earlier, that lady being married to a mud farmer is probably pretty accurate, given how this looks. I mean, goodness. I know you live in a swamp and all that, but still.
Get back!
And I believe he punched that second-to-last guy right in the throat. I either haven't seen that one before, or at least not in a long time. But here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for, no doubt. The worst part, the race. Okay, here goes.
This is my turf. I can outrun any man I know here, but a little bear told me you're quite good. Care to prove it?
I got a bird for you, jerk. Well, let's see how long he's gonna... Oh, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Well, on the plus side, they give us quite a lot of time. And I did get this on my first go. It's not going to take quite as long as it looks up there, so I'm leaving it in its entirety because, well, I like this song for starters. So far, pretty smooth sailing. Whoop. Let me see. I was aiming for water, but I did need those legs anyways. Now, thankfully, I've avoided the unwanted attention of guards up to this point. And that's, in my opinion, from the races I've done, that's what really gets you, because the timer is one thing, but if you got a longer race like this, and, you know, you can rule that out, then, you know, it's not a tricky thing, but once you have guys after you, you're in a crazy rush regardless. And I got lucky there because I was in there just long enough for them to lose track of me. Whoop. Now, we're over halfway. So that means we've got a number of straight shots coming, and right here I'm figuring it's going to take us outside the gate. Yep, return to the start. So, let me see. Just straight on sprinting is one thing, but I could do that, or I could take a horse. Didn't think of that, did you? Stupid race mission. And at this point, it's basically cruise control. Provided you aren't galloping full speed, you know, doing the sprint equivalent through crowds, then you should be okay. And just a couple more. Whoop. And jumping over obstacles always feels kind of janky with this thing. Oh, I'm sorry, with horse. Okay, good enough. Alright, first try. Got it. Good stuff. Do a little victory dance. And I think we are done. Let's head on up here, get a better look. And yeah, we got those done. We're all at what? Dang it. Well, let's see what they have in store for us this time. We already ran across the entire city.
Certainly you were impressed this time. That was fast.
I could do better. Anyone could.
Scusate. I'm trying to find the boat to Venezia.
You're nearly there, friend. Are you in a hurry?
Perhaps not.
You can help us settle a dispute. I bet my friend here, the first stranger to come along, can race the course faster than him.
I suppose that would be me. And if you're right, what do I win?
Perhaps a private riding lesson?
Lend me a horse.
Well, I thought I outsmarted the game. Now we have to do a horse race for a lady who's probably a wanton slut. There seems to be a lot of that going around here. So here's the thing with this mission. The horse doesn't really steer too nicely. And at first, I had to get this on my second try, because at first I had a mindset of, okay, they're going to make me stick to the crowds and go along the streets. But they take you kind of off-road at times, and there are points where it kind of caught me off guard. But just slow down to regular running speed, and when you have only one person or a stretch of nothing, just go full speed gallop. And that's pretty much what I did here. Thankfully it's not a lengthy race, just, you know, one lap around the entire area. And the trickiest part's probably at the very beginning, where it does that little zing off to the left and you go through all the mush and what have you. I know. Hold your horses. Oh. No, I didn't plan that. I'm a little disgusted with myself. Okay, oh, there's a horse too, the sequel. Whoop. The sequel's looking pretty good right about now. Alright, mister, you better not do that again. Funny story, but the first time I had this race, I pretty much fell over for the exact same thing happened to me, basically. And we're good to go. We're golden at this point.
Where did the others go?
Home with their tails between their legs. They couldn't stand to be beat. Nicely done, Miss Siri.
Call me Ezio. I still have some time for that private lesson.
It would be my pleasure, Ezio. Call me Amelia.
Hi-oh. Well, that certainly was a thing. But we're done with this town. Wanton sluts and all. Let's go, horse. Adios.